Hi, everyone, and welcome to Uplifting Interviews with Total Strangers. I'm Dr. Fantastic, your host. I'm going to bring you some amazing interviews from people from all over the world, real people. These interviews are inspirational. They're motivational. They're fun, all sorts of things. But I'm trying to instill upon people to be fantastic. Being fantastic makes you live longer, makes you happier, makes the world a better place. Stay tuned. You're going to see some great interviews.
I'm fantastic.
I am fantastic.
Eu sou fantástica.
I am fantastic.
I am fantastic.
Nous sommes fantastiques.
I am fantastic.
Fantastic.
We're so fantastic.
They're fantastic.
I am fantastic.
We are fantastic.
We are fantastic!
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Uplifting Interviews with Total Strangers. I've got George Hobbs down in Venice Beach here. It's a beautiful Sunday at dusk. Look at that weather, look at that sunset, ladies and gentlemen. It's beautiful to be alive. And you are an artist. What a coincidence to find an artist in Venice Beach. What are the odds of that?
Where art meets the sea is what I call it.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what kind of artist are you, young man?
I do all different sorts of things. I try to keep it simple. This is one of my pieces. This is, I call this The Battle Within. This is a photograph of inside the human mind.
So who are those two people?
Who's the brave one in this picture? Let me ask you,
The one with
sir.
the heart.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course. Ask any child. But yes,
And that
this
one's
is kind
probably...
of what this is where we lean in this
Okay.
country.
So tell us about
we
that.
We tend to lead with fear. What you have to do is rewire your brain. You have to go into your settings. You have to change your default settings from fear to love. And once you do that, it's amazing. Everything from that point on changes. Your outlook on the world changes. You're no longer driven by fear.
Well, unfortunately, our parents taught us fear. That's where we're not inherently born with fear.
Oh no, the brain is wired for fear, just like the wild animals. I believe this.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
You don't think we're
absolutely.
taught fear?
No, I think fear is a defense mechanism that your brain is wired for that has kept us alive for centuries. But now we have street lights and we have police and we have, cars and houses and locks. So we don't need to rely on fear but that bear is afraid of you, Dr. Fantastic. The bear really is afraid of you, which is ridiculous because the bear can kill you so easily.
Right.
But of course the bear, driven by fear, will run from you. So this is all pretty basic, kind of like, of course fear is our inherent instinct and is the wiring of the human brain. That's why I say you must go into your settings. Change. Your default setting is fear. You must change your default setting to love.
How come I've never had any fear? How did that work out?
You never had any fear?
I don't
You
have
didn't grow
fear.
up in my house, brother. I'll tell you that.
I've
you didn't get enough
I've been a
Jesus growing up.
fearless. Well,
Did you get any Jesus?
No,
well,
no
see,
religion.
There's your problem, right there. If you didn't get Jesus growing up, you don't have that fear of God.
I don't talk religion or politics on this show.
Oh,
I just talk about being positive.
Okay, well.
Positivity, positive thoughts breed and
Through that,
positive
I dig
actions.
it. Well, any fear-based belief system is probably going to lead to some sort of a fear-based belief for the person who's raised in that system.
Okay.
So a lot of religions have some sort of payoff and what happens if you don't follow. If you don't follow, you're supposed to go to some sort of eternity and.
Well, here's the way I see it.
Again, this is a religious
There's
thing.
lots of religions out
You
there.
cut all this out, right, Doc?
No, I never edited it. Over 600 interviews.
Do the Buddhists teach fear? They
Over
don't have that, do they?
600 interviews. I've never done an edit ever.
Good.
But here's how I figure it.
Yeah.
There's lots of religions out there,
Yes.
and no one's going to agree on one.
True.
There's lots of political stances, and no one's going to agree on one. But you can't argue being positive. No one on the planet can argue that. No one.
I'm sure I can find a guy.
Well, hell, I'm looking for him. I got a reward out for him.
Here's what the Buddha said, if I'm not mistaken, is that what happens is that you have a desire for a thing, and then you get the thing, right? And then as soon as you get the thing, you start to be afraid that you're going to lose the thing. So there's that perpetual cycle of fear and desire. So I think fear is built into every human belief system in some way.
Well, you're probably right. I mean, I didn't go to
God,
school.
you got so lucky. Who raised you?
I raised
like
myself.
Gorillas? Exactly. See, there you have it.
I was raised.
You were like Jungle Book.
I went to the school of hard knocks. I hitchhiked around the world at 17 for my education.
I honestly think that wild animals could do better raising people than some people.
I agree with that. I'll agree with that 100%. There's
guys are amazing. You're fantastic.
There's no question.
This is some comedy gold right here, isn't it, sir? Yeah.
So
What
now,
else you got?
getting back to you, which is the star of the show, not me.
Oh yes. It's
Your
about
art.
me.
Your art. What got you into art?
You know, I had something to say. I guess the most simple thing.
And where does
Yeah,
someone
there-
find your art?
Stickfigurewisdom.com. Look at this. I'm wearing.
But you
there's
just happen
one
to
spot.
have it on.
Stickfigurewisdom.com. GeorgeHobbsArt.com. I don't know what t-shirt. Oh, hey, check this one out. This is a good one. Check this one out I'm wearing today. This is a good one.
You got 2 t-shirts on.
Check this message out, sir.
is that?
What does that say?
I think
Read it for him, sir. Can you read it, miss?
I'm looking.
it's a book. Somebody reading a book.
Educate today or incarcerate tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I had something to
That's a
say.
good one, dude.
Had
You got a
something to
lot to
say,
say.
and I didn't really, you know, have a lot of time. I don't really have a lot of great skills as an artist. If I can do stick figures, so I started.
Well,
doing stick
someone's got to do the stick
And I
figures,
did the stick
and you're the
figure,
man.
And I had something to say with it, like that one, and so there you go.
Speaking of
Got over
incarceration,
100 of them.
speaking of incarceration,
Yes, sir.
I met a guy 2 days ago
Okay.
that served 44 years in San Quentin.
Yes.
Got out last week,
Okay.
so he's cleaned up his act, and
Good.
he's ready to start. I think he's going to compete with you in the stick figure art department.
Is he really? Oh my God. I'm in trouble. Yeah, no, there's some real artists
So
out
now, how do you support yourself? Let's get back to the
there.
real
I do
world.
props for film and television.
You do
I'm a
props for
prop
film.
guy.
That's fantastic.
Yes. So
Uh,
I work in the make-believe world. And doing, yeah.
You know, I think acting is a great trade. Singing is a fantastic trade. Being a musician is incredible. And art, I was raised as a beatnik not a block from here. 56, how many years ago is 56?
56?
62 years ago.
Okay.
And so I still got art in my blood. I'm
Not doing
gonna start painting one day.
Well, you should.
I should.
Well, you're doing this.
I'm doing this. This is art.
This is an
Exactly.
expression.
Exactly. So what do you want to tell the world in ending this little conversation?
Go into your default settings and change your default settings from fear to love. I know it sounds ridiculous because there's so many jerks out there, but really, once you wake up, you leave your house, you can't let every jerk bother you. I mean, you'll go crazy. You don't have time for that. So go into your brain, go into your default settings, take this as a reminder. Your brain is wired for this because this is what keeps you alive. But we don't need to. You need to turn to this now, and you need to learn to love those people who are so annoying to you because it will save you so much energy and so much better for you. And this is again. You know, I'm sure they deserve all your hatred, but do you really have time for it? I mean, get on with your life,
not
man.
healthy to
You know what I'm
yourself.
saying? Yes, it is not
It's
healthy.
self-destructive.
Get on with it. You will be happier. You'll find that things make you smile. That just seeing some child or some dog or some bird, you'll laugh at these sorts of things just because you are now change your default settings to love. Because you know what? All those jerks out there, they're just trying to feed their kids too. They're scared as you are. They are. Everybody's freaking scared. Don't be one of them.
Can I get it? Can I?
Yes, sure.
Can I
Jump in
photobomb
there.
here?
Jump in there. Jump in there.
Who does he remind you of?
Well, Fred Astaire, of course.
Freaking Astaire,
Fred freaking
man.
Astaire.
Can you
Where's
dance?
that guy?
Can you dance?
Oh boy, can I ever.
Let's see a little dance. Come on.
You said smile. When you're smiling.
I don't. I'm not trained at
When
all.
you're smiling.
The whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, when you're laughing, the whole world laughs with you.
Yeah. My man.
Everybody, be fantastic. Share.
Man, wonderful.
Hello, America. Do you have a product or a service? Would you like to increase your business, earn customer loyalty, spread patriotism, and thank our veterans for the service to our country? You can do all that by joining Supporting Our Servicemen, a 501c3 dedicated to helping and thanking our veterans. Please join today at ilovesos.org.